just going to give people a few minutes to come on. I did send a quick little email to all of you that there would be an Edmonton meeting when I would get back. So, sit at your, just put that on your radar. Whilst people are coming in, some of you may come in, some of you may watch this, later come in to hear me playing music. Actually, I'm just going to wait for enough people. Okay, brain. I checked. It's unlisted. Everything's good. Everything is good. All right. Told myself I wasn't going to check again, that I have to be kind of firm with myself about that. So, that's just the truth. And I have a post that is waiting to be published. I may start a podcast, and on that podcast, I may get personal. I may very well get personal, because when you're sitting at a desk or on your bed with a phone, just doing an audio recording, it's kind of natural to kind of, vent and kind of, say what's on your mind and your heart. What is going on in your life and how it is affecting you? Does it make you feel emotionally drained? Does it lift you up? Does it provoke you? Does it like how does it affect you? And sort of bringing that into lessons and themes and so much. Tying that in, obviously what I say most quite often has a lesson attached to it. And so that's the kind of thing, like a podcast episode might be called, Moon and Scorpio, emotionally draining situations. And I might get into that situation and I might, spill my guts about what happened. And, I'm to the point where I'm almost about ready to really give myself permission to spill my guts and edit the things that need to be edited because I'm certainly going to spill my guts today. So just be prepared. This is going to be one of those ranting, tangent, emotionally expressing things. But it's not entirely that because I have a lesson attached to it that I want to get across. And I do not believe in holding things in. No, I am not going to do that. It's my invention, what I want to do, what I want to say, what I feel I need to say. I'm going to get it out. I am going to be honest about it. I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to, no, I'm not going to do that. I am not going to let somebody else take away my own power and my freedom and liberation to and my voice when it comes to expressing myself. I will not have that. If that happens, if I'm in a situation where somebody is telling me what not to do and harassing me, irritating me, giving me a hard time, really lowering my energy, I will say no. That is a reflection of you, and I don't have to follow and do what you're telling me to do if I don't feel like that's what I need and want to do. If it doesn't feel right inside of me, I won't do it. And that is the case. I am an adult. I can make those decisions, and even children. Doesn't matter. Children, adult, there's no pedestal. There's no, one above the other, more intelligent, less intelligent, more worthy and less worthy. I do not believe in that one bit. And, everyone has a right to express themselves, and that is the very truth. And that is exactly what is going on here. How many of you are coming on? So many of you. I am seeing stuff light up today, which is wonderful. I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat engaging and contributing, which is really nice to see. I really encourage you to do that. As you can tell, the title of this live stream is called, and I want to be straight and I want to be direct about this because we are coming up to the North Node moving into Aries July of next year, which is, you're thinking to yourself, a long time off, but we have the North Node moving into Aries, which is about the, self-assertion, self-expression, going your own way, not following the rules, the maverick, out of the box, standing up for yourself and going on your own path. And the full moon bringing emotions and heightening the energy, and everything's big and exciting, and you feel very awake and alive. In Aries, moon in Aries, very primal, very instinctual, very raw. Somebody ticks you up, express it and give yourself permission to express it and get it off your chest while doing the natural, and notice I use the word natural human thing, which is, to apologize and, to do whatever, condolences, decent, respect and all those things. I don't need to go over that because those are so painfully obvious, so yeah, you can check those right off the box, done, 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 done. So whenever I say something that may be, blunt and direct and straight, then, move beyond just that obvious territory of words, because I'm well aware, I know, and if I didn't say it yet, I know. If I didn't say it clearly enough, I know. If I didn't say it loudly enough, I know. I know so well, it's so ingrained into my mind and consciousness that, I don't need anybody else from the outside world to remind me. Because then, as I say, you are true to yourself, yourself, know thyself, you're aware yourself, you feel your emotions, you're, aware of how you're going through your days and experiences, and, what ticks you off and what brings you a sense of connection and security and emotional comfort, assurance, energy that would make you want to be kind and, connected to someone else, and I keep saying, a lot. So, that I said it again, it may come up quite a bit during this live stream. Have my tea, which I will need to drink every so often to stay hydrated. So, today we are talking about another addition to the upcoming concert on the South Node in Taurus and North Node Scorpio. And, I want to make this almost an opera type song. And it's going to be, very dramatic, like bum, 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 and, the lyrics, I was just thinking to myself just a second ago what the lyrics of the song are going to be. I've noticed that I wear the shirt when I go through days that pull my energy down. I mean, I don't know if it's just the theme or, I don't know. But so, and I am trying to work on my speech and my, habit patterns when it comes to what I say and the filler words and catchphrases and, crutches I rely on, like there. So, Work smart, not hard. And then it's supposed to be just this incredibly expressive and strong. What does it take to build? And that section of it. What does it take to build a home, etc. I know that you all sang that at the nodal concert for the North Node in Taurus, and I want you to sell that even more. Turn up the volume of that, turn up the voltage, turn up the intensity and the passion, and find that within you. Find the real profound meaning within you, not the intellectual stuff, that I'm telling you to, find that you don't really feel it, really the feeling, because that expression, all of that comes from within you. Comes from inside you. Comes from inside you. So really get that out. Think of a situation where you're just irritated with somebody who is will be like the very person I will be describing and getting into. And work smarter, not harder, is indeed the North Node in Taurus. Not the whole thing, it is a part of it. Because South Node in Scorpio, the moon's in Scorpio today and tomorrow. The South Node's in Scorpio. And, I have found that going at something with full on intensity, saying, I'm just going to, get this done and, just push myself and, work at it. No. Work smarter, not harder. Taurus is a sign that wants to take things one step at a time in manageable chunks. I do a little of this, take a break, I do a little, and its ruler is Venus, ruling Libra, the sign of the scales, the sign of balance in your life. And so, really plays into that. So, work smarter, not harder. Definitely the North Node in Taurus, definitely an aspect of that placement. Most definitely. And actually, I don't know the person that I'm talking about, the her North Node, South Node, but I am going to just use as a backup. And when I do this, I feel like I'm throwing several people under the bus. But I'm just going to do this kind of live with all of you today. So, today I am talking about none other than the shadow side of a woman named Betty McGary. Now, in the past, I would be a little bit hesitant to say somebody's name who is in my personal life. I'm not this time. And I have 4 social media sites. I'm going to have a website pretty soon. And I am an adult, and I only see her on a basis of about 3 times a week. Yep, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 1:55 p.m. to about 2:55 p.m. And I'm in this particular, relationship, or I'm in with somebody. I describe it as being in with someone because I am taking an intro to literature class. That's the truth. I'm not going to dance around things. I'm not going to beat around the bush. This is direct. This is real. This is raw. That's what that is. So, and I'm not going to be, kind of cryptic and, shy and vague. No. Tired of doing that. That has its limits. That helium, yep. So I've done that. I don't think I look the best doing that. I don't like me looking timid and trying to polish myself. No. It's the whole thing about being timid, polishing, kind of throw that out the window a little bit. Somewhat, throw it out the window. Anyway, so there is a certain trait among certain older women that can kind of turn me off. And that trait is all about hard work. It's serious. Your responsibility, you're, working at something. And I was just reading a story where a grandmother who is really hard and very, very old, stuck in the past, dated, lacking compassion in certain areas, all that very, old-fashioned. It was kind of ironic reading a story about that grandmother because I honestly, and I hate to say this, but I could see Betty fitting into that role somewhat. And the aspect, the similarities is, it is very irritating when I hear certain people saying you have to work at things. Oh, that is going to become one of my big pet peeves. In fact, it probably already has. The answer is don't. Feel what you feel. Do what's right for you. Take it one day at a time. One day at a time. Be in the now. Slowly and steadily, the experience and yeah, that is actually that South Node in Scorpio, which is that intensity and that South Node in Scorpio, work at it full on. North Node in Taurus, well, build the build the building up brick by brick. That's what it, and I am going to kind of look into this to see if there are any contradictions about the South Node reversed in the sign of Taurus. And I'm not referring to anyone generically. I'm tying this into the very person that I'm talking about and kind of dishing out what I need to dish out. Because otherwise it's just going to sit in here. And I did have, yet again, one of those experiences where my energy was, dropped down. I was sitting in a classroom today, and I noticed my energy go down. The light, the fun, the positivity, the relaxation, the interest and enthusiasm, all those things just cut with a knife. If you could cut it with a knife. And it was, I have a post that I started writing that I will be putting out there into the public because I'm not about holding things in. I'm about honesty. I firmly believe in that, as you all know. So, and I'm the one saying that, by the way, not anybody else. So, thought I'd mention that. But so it says, when you are in a situation, whatever it may be, that pulls your energy level down, and this, I started writing this after I had this experience, but of course I had another thing that, another class, because I have a class on Wednesday that is like a college experience class, which is like, college survival. And please do not say college in a very disgusting manner. Don't say the O when, just exaggerate it and make it gross, saying the O as the A sound. Like, gosh. No. I have 4 social media platforms. I'll soon have a website. And if you're coming in and you're making that well pronounced and saying that way, well, guess what? That's not my deal. And I would never say that, and it's so against what I believe in, and what I who I am and what I value on some levels. So it says, if obviously that's how you talk, then that's how you talk. But just be just natural. Just be you. Don't exaggerate and make it gross. When you are in a situation, whatever it may be, that pulls your energy level down, or someone sucks all the positive energy, the fun, uplifting, lighthearted, and relaxed energy out of the room, know that it's only temporary. Even more temporary than fast forward back to, oh my goodness, I'm going on and on about this again. And I'm bringing this up. I am going to bring it up. This is coming to my attention. This is relatable. This is standing out. When I was in with the nice Mr. Tyson. When can I ever not have this tie into what I want to talk about? So, you have 3 tiers. Let's start just the story of my life experience. The first tier, you have yelly, firm, you're walking on eggshells. Obviously that was my 5th grade teachers eliminated. Second tier, second level, poking, prodding, pushing, dredging, fixating, judging. That's the second tier. The third tier, again, taking the enthusiasm, the lighthearted energy, the relaxed energy out of the room, replacing it with seriousness, hardness. Only blame yourself. You're the only one at fault, not anybody else. Kind of energy. There is a difference between empowering somebody and fueling someone's fire to, eventually snap back at you and eventually bite you if you're not careful. And I want to make that clear, just like I said, empowerment and dictatorial. I really should be the only one making this abundantly clear, not anybody else, unless they want to come at it from the other side. And that other side is, guess what? There are circumstances in life which, you can, those are to blame. That's part of the problem. Now, to get into kind of the, to get into the nitty gritty, it's temporary. Now, the next paragraph of this goes like this. I just had one of those experiences just before writing this post. I was what I call, and I'll change that obviously, I was what I call in with a person whose energetic vibration was so serious and psychologically exhausting. real life. Real life. Actually, hold on a moment. Hold on one moment. Because I'm going to go get something and I'll just be right back because I want to really paint this picture for you. Okay, so I want to let you in on what it was like. Shut the. Okay, ready? Done. Okay, so I have in my hands what I used, what the book I need to read out of and refer back to and look through for this class, for this lit class, and I'm in, and here it is. And I want to let you in on trying to find the page number that I was looking at here. 6, I think it was like 652 if I'm not mistaken. 652. So, whoa, okay. This is just want you to take a look at this. So, let's back up. So, first of all, before I get into anything else, this is how large the text is. Can you read that? Now, I just want to hold this up for you so you can see. That's kind of small, and just see the coloration. It's kind of light. It doesn't, really, it's not a dark, bold color so you can, it's like, boom, you don't have to strain your eyes and try to figure out what's being said and, analyze and go back through and try to interpret this and that. It's hard to do with this kind of a book because the text is so small and everything's just bunched together. And, it's not like it's not black enough. It's not, and I don't know if my teacher is the most, firm believer in the whole wide world about working smarter and not harder. Because, and, truth be told, I print out the stories that I need to read and read those off of a printed copy on paper, white paper with words that's basically just stapled together, because I can try doing it from the book and imagine it would be a painstaking process, an even longer process as well. I'm going to sit through and read through this, and I have a paper to write, and then I have things like certain questions I need to answer, certain evidence I need to pull, certain clues or things I need to find and then interpret and think about this and try to go back through and try to look at this and find the answer that I'm looking for and synthesize and strategize and analyze this. Like, I don't want to use my brain power more than I necessarily need to. I don't want to strain and overwork my brain. Oh my gosh, I can't stress work smarter, not harder. When you're in a lit class and you're reading off of a book like this, work smarter, not harder. That is so huge. Find strategies, find easier ways of it working out for you. If your textbook, because you're taking classes that kind of look is small and hard to read and hard to make sense and separate this piece from this piece and hard to work with, and it takes more time with more effort, and it's exhausting mentally and emotionally on you, then find another alternative. Go see if you can ask for the text to be enlarged. Find a copy of the story or chapter, print it out, read it online where you can enlarge it and do all this stuff, and and have the story a separate thing where you can see it, and have a big desk, clear all the distractions and the stuff out of the way, and take your time, slow down, breathe, know that it is not going to be just instant. It's not going to be just, oh my gosh, I'm just seeing this, I'm reading through all this, and it's just making sense. Like there it is. No, that's not how it works, because I am in a class which is really all about working smarter, not harder, really all about you kind of need to take it slow, slow and steady. Go through this slowly, reread things, take the time, make sense of it, find an easier way, go online and look something up if you need to, take breaks and get back to it, and don't burn yourself out. Really, this isn't just easy comprehension answers from the text. This is a higher level order thinking questions that require a lot of going through, a lot of pulling this from over here and pulling that from over there, and where I'm probably gonna watch this live stream again, thinking to myself, I wish I mentioned this and mentioned that. Well, guess what? This is what is coming at me in my mind at this moment, and that's what it is. So that's the first thing that I just want to make clear. The second thing is, up until this point, we have read stories. She was asking in class, why is what's the difference between reading a play versus reading a short story? Well, it's more difficult to make sense of and imagine, because you don't have all the details, you don't have all the specifics. I can read a story where I know the setting, and maybe I can get a better picture of what's going on and all that, and but with a play, it really, you have more work cut out for you, more of a challenge. And when there is a challenge, tap it, like self-care, spirituality, do what you need to do. Slow and steady wins the race. Take the challenge, not, intensely, not, working on it and stressing yourself out, because, believe me, especially last Tuesday, oh my gosh, it was so hot and I could not work. I couldn't sit down and focus on what I was reading and calm my mind down. It's like a monkey on steroids. And not because of Mercury retro, but because of other things. And it just didn't work. I needed to take a break, and when I did, I didn't feel guilty about it. I felt relief, and I felt more relaxed and more refreshed. I needed to shut the door and turn the light out and meditate. Like, don't train your brain or try to work at feeling a certain way. Work at, so, like, the whole thing about work at this. It's only this way. If you work at it, you need to work at it. You know what? Throw it out the window. Discard it. I'm about to do this to just that whole thing. That is South Node Scorpio, and I want to make that, and not to label it as bad, but, Scorpio is the sign opposite to Taurus. And so, yeah. So, really, these nodes overlap and intertwine. They do. And so, kind of backing up to the thing. So, first of all, you have small text. Oof. I may whip out the big enchilada here coming up. And I'll kind of, explain to you what I mean so you can get just kind of a better sense of just what occurred. Not this class, but other classes, because I've recorded a couple classes. So you can just kind of get a better sense of who this is I'm talking about, based off of personality mannerisms, only through just listening to, someone's voice. Because I want to bring this to life for you. I don't want this to be just abstract in my head, because that is only going to last so long. I need to get specific and offer up all the evidence, offer up all the clues so that you can, so that it's, so that you can see, what I'm talking about. Maybe you have a different view or different feeling or opinion or belief. But, okay, well, that's where, the difference lies. But, so long as I'm showing you all the things. So anyway, this is how it looks. And I'm going to just show you. I didn't read this, by the way, because I had other things I needed to do. Other work for other classes, including this one. And I'm reevaluating. We're in Mercury retrograde. It's all about the, the rays. And I'm reevaluating to the point where I know that it has to be balance. Cannot be one extreme or another extreme. Working hard with full on intensity or completely, putting it off, procrastinating, not giving a, flying thought about it, and just not putting in the work. And I did say putting in the work. So it is the balance. It is the middle way. And I know that if I if I work and if I, just push myself and then I get stressed, then I get ungrounded, then I can't focus and think about putting in the quality work and taking it one step at a time and really doing something with quality, taking something seriously and caring about what I'm doing and finding it a relaxing and satisfying process of doing it whilst I'm doing the work. And I'm going to be honest, it is work. If you are enrolled in a lit class or in time of class, it does require work. It does require hours put in, sacrifices made, discipline, efficiency, commitment, and, just really putting your nose to the grindstone. That's what it does require. And I would be so against it, 3 years ago. And I certainly do not want to step on the pedestal of playing the devil's advocate. I do not want to be brainwashed. I do not want to be swept into the whirlpool of believing something that I didn't believe from the start, that are not part of, my truth and what my feelings. of what is right and what should be. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. To then just, have all these things, and then once I get into it, it's, transforms into something that I don't believe because of the, me having to do all these things and these tasks for somebody else. And it's just circumstances force me to change my beliefs, and that's a negative change into more, what I consider to be negative beliefs. And I will not give in, and I will not let those circumstances and those individuals get the better of what I truly believe, need, want, feel is right. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I, implore you to, go about your life the same way. So this play just has the roles. See here, just the, scene, just tells you what's going on. But then just from that point, it just, what, she said that it was a one-act play. Well, guess what? It's not, because I'm looking, it's so painstakingly obvious that it's not a one-act play. Because you see here, one role here, like this is too obvious. Way too obvious. Like, see this here? See the, the role. Oh, let me go down. A different role. See? And is there another role? Oh, let me go down to the third line. See this role? Different. So no, it's not one act. It's a bunch of people. It's not a monologue. It's not a one act play, because it's written in the book that it's not. Because if it was, I wouldn't see all the different characters and all the different people, that are different. And that's just common knowledge. It's not black and white. It's not narrow. It's just it's just the truth. If I have to argue with somebody about what is just objectively true, that is where, that's where it kind of gets to be where it probably shouldn't go. There are, it gets to be problematic, and it gets to be, it goes there. It really goes there. And it really shouldn't go there. It really shouldn't go there. And I don't want to come on. I vent about things. I really thought that I wouldn't have anything to complain about, my fall classes. But, well, apparently I do, because things come up and things happen. And I have things on my mind and my heart to get out. So just expect that I'm getting into any job or classes, and I probably will at some point or another have things to talk about. Just bet on that, because I, never say never. There's really no guarantees, and I've tried committing. I've tried making a schedule. I've tried saying, nope, I'm not going to do this. Sure enough, I end up doing the opposite or something different than what I promised and made clear that I would not do or would do. So, that's just the truth. So just to kind of put it out there. So that's the first thing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now the next thing Actually, we're going to wait and come back to this. You can have your dinner, and I will come back to this because I'm not completely finished yet. So, see you after dinner.